Welcome back to Because It's Comics. This week we're diving into 5 new releases, breaking down the art and the story while giving you genuine and thoughtful ratings. Let's get into some reviews.
You'll meet again, G.I. Joe.
Good shooting, wingman, but it looks like Destro's getting away.
Not necessarily, sir.
What? Oh no, what are you doing? Are you crazy?
Yo, Joe! What? What, we're not saying it together?
Our first book up for review is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 316, with writer Larry Hama and artist Paul Pelletier. With this being a G.I. Joe book, I think it's imperative that I list all the cameos. I'll start with the Joes. We have appearances by Duke, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Jinx, Scarlet, Stalker, Muskrat, Helix, Wild Bill, Molto, Lift Ticket, and Kamakura. For the Cobras, we get Dr. Mindbender, Revanche, Destro, the Baroness, Cobra Commander, and the Crimson Guard Commander. Like I said, the reason I think it's important to note these cameos is because if you're not a longtime fan of the G.I. Joe franchise, or you don't have the nostalgia from the 80s, you'll just see a bunch of cool looking characters and have no idea what their relevancy or importance is in the overall story of this book. And that's okay. I think this book is written primarily for legacy fans or fans or fans that have again the length of time and nostalgia invested into the characters. In this particular issue, a new story arc is started, and I have to say that the artist that's on the book now has done a great job of keeping the pencils really tight and dynamic. So I have to credit the book with looking great throughout the majority of this issue. The artist is stuck with strong character depictions, which is good. I really didn't have to look real hard to realize which character was being portrayed and who they were overall in the overarching story. Like I said, again, this is a new beginning or the next story arc that Larry Hama is embarking on. So you're not going to get a lot of details in this particular issue on what new developments are in the works, or where the story is heading. Um, I will say that it would be helpful to have read the first um, 15 issues up to this point, just because it will give you some context on what some of the characters are facing and dealing with throughout the issue. Uh, I'm really looking forward to um, Larry Hama showing us what's next as far as how these two factions, the Joes and the Cobras, are going to uh, deal with one another. I mean, there's always the good versus bad angle, but now from previous issues, I'm starting to see that the lines are getting kind of blurred um, between the mustache twirling um, villains, and then the baby face um, heroes, so to speak. So uh, again, this is a good start for if you're coming in again as a new reader. You don't need a whole lot of details, and if you're already pretty familiar with um, the characters within um, this epic story lore. So, uh, having said that, um, again, I don't spoil any plot details. Uh, I'm going to rate GI Joe, a real American hero, number 316, 3 stars.
White people like space movies. Black people don't really do space like that. White people love space movies. They love movies about the moon and Mars where they can be leaving our ass down here on Earth.
Our next book up for review is Star Wars #1, with writer Alex Segura and art by Phil Noto. All right, couple of things about this review. For one, it's been 10 years since Star Wars has returned to Marvel publishing, or has been published under Marvel and in comics. And also, on top of that, this issue #1 begins a new era of Star Wars, in which this next era of Star Wars is after the Battle of Endor and the fall of the Empire. And so I thought I'd give it a read to see um, whether or not this comic was worth um, exploring further. My first thoughts on this book were I wish uh, the art was a little bit stronger, but the art is not bad, and it's not terrible. It's unremarkable, to say the least. But that does not hurt this book. One of the things that really uh, helps this particular issue is the storytelling in it, because the storytelling is just engaging, especially if you're a longtime Star Wars fan. You're gonna find the storytelling and where it's going, and how it's using certain elements from, I guess, the what we know as the second trilogy, but it was really the first trilogy. But anyway, without the semantics, you're going to find it interesting to finally see what happens to some of our favorite characters um, after, shortly after they um, again have um, won the Battle of Endor, and that does not give away any plot um, uh, details regarding this issue. So while the art may not be as fascinating as I would like it to have been, it is. It does marry well with this story. However, and we get some new characters introduced, which, like I said, keeps everything um, pretty interesting. With that said, Star Wars #1, I give it a rating of 2 stars.
Looking for something, Batgirl? Like this spark plug, perhaps?
So you didn't leave.
Not only didn't we leave, but neither did our dependable cat's paws.
Won't she break through that thin twine, Catwoman?
I think not, Joker. Those cat's whiskers, a fiendish invention of mine. They automatically contract when placed in close contact with the heat of the body.
Our next book for review is Batgirl #7, with writer Tate Bromball and artist Isaac Goodhart. Batgirl #7 was an excellent surprise this month. It begins with the second storyline, uh, and I have to say, in this new arc, the writing is just captivating. I don't know if it's just that I'm partial to stories that orbit around family ties and how those are lost or mended. But this book actually um, um, kept my attention um, throughout the whole issue. And the reason I say that is because the art is not the strongest, but the art's not bad. It's not. Um, it, it 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 synergizes with the story, um, almost like perfectly. Um, Whatever the writer and the artist have going on, there's a compelling there's a compelling um, uh, compatibility that is seen throughout this book, and so that's why I didn't knock the art too hard as far as the depictions. Um, Again, yeah, you would think. Well, I was thinking rather. I'm not going to make any assumptions for you, but I would think that in a Batgirl book, I'd want a lot of action, a lot of um, um, I guess energetic, frenetic fight scenes. And while we do get some really good fight scenes, they are done well. That is not what you come away with from this issue. What I came away with from this issue is just how important it is to really establish uh, characters and the relationships that they have with one another, to go about um, telling a strong, tightly plot-driven story. I believe that having this issue, you will walk away with um, a very good sense of um, this writer's ability to make you connect with his characters. And again, while it's not on the side of being fantastical. What I mean by fantastical, we don't see like all the colorful villainous costumes or luminous hero costumes. The scenery that is drawn and depicted, and I mean, just you get a feel of what it's like, or what you would believe it's like to um, live in the world of these characters. Um, I can't say enough about the story. The story really does up the ante on my rating for this book, and I'm very interested in seeing where um, Tate Bromball is going to take this. Um, is going to take this character next. With that said, I give Batgirl number 7 4 stars.
Hello?
Nigga, I just got jumped.
What? Where you at, bro?
What kind of dumbass question is that? Nigga, I'm on the block with the gang. Of course. Nigga, we about to go get these niggas. You ready?
Fuck it, bro. Let's go. Where we going?
To sleep.
Sleep? What side of town that's on?
No, nigga, we going to sleep. Meet us on the block. Hurry up.
All right, but are you not completing your sentence? Like, are you saying we about to go put some niggas to sleep?
What? No, I got jumped in my dream, bro.
So you want us to all be asleep near you because you had a bad dream? Is that what?
Yeah, but no, like you making it sound weird, bro. Like
making it sound weird, bro. But you requesting a bunch of niggas to go to sleep near you?
yeah, nigga, it's part of gang culture.
Bro, I don't remember going over any of this in orientation.
Nigga.
Our next issue is Absolute Green Lantern number 2, with writer Al Ewing and art by GIJOE Lindsay. In my last review of Absolute Green Lantern number 1, I gave it a review of 4 stars. I liked the direction that Ewing was going in. The artwork was good. And for the most part, issue 2 has been consistent as far as the artwork goes. The art is compelling enough to pick up the second issue. I think one of the things that I am starting to um, notice is that the development of the story needs to be brought together a little more closely. And I say that because at times during the reading of this issue, the story felt disjointed. Um, I feel like that Ewing is trying to show us what his world of lanterns looks like, and what their involvement is in this absolute world. But it just doesn't connect as cleanly as I feel he intended it to. Um, Again, there are still interesting characters in the story. The plot um, will keep you interested enough to um, see what happens next, to want to see what happens next. But definitely, there's going to have to be some expounding on um, what the um lanterns um, are, and particularly in this case, what their role is um, in this new universe. Um, so, as I said initially, the artwork is attractive. It's not blowing me away, but by doing anything riveting. But just looking uh, at the book initially, I would like to see some more uh, dynamic panels involving these characters. With that said, I give Absolute Green Lantern 3 stars. Our last issue for review is Storm number 8 by writer Murewa Ayudeli and artist Lucas Wernick. I feel like the Jay-Z song. What more can I say when it comes to this book? Every month, Murewa just knocks it out the park. I haven't been this keen on the book in a very long time. Um, what he's doing with Storm is, I think, has been a long time coming. The character has just greater agency, feels more powerful, feels more, if the word's not empowered, just feels like we're getting a complete version of who Storm is, and what her role is in the Marvel Universe. There are some fun exchanges within the book that Murewa makes slight of, and they add to the character of this book as well. I think the story is coming along well. It still feels, the story overall feels big, and I think uh, as a personal preference, I would like to see Murewa kind of bring in the reins a little bit and show us, okay, what is the end game or the goal or mission the Storm needs to follow through with. I still feel like that's still an open-ended uh, aspect of the story, but nonetheless, it's not a knock against what this book has done and is doing. The artwork is still beautiful. One thing I will note is that in this particular issue, the story took an unusual turn in comparison to what happened in the last issue. So I would kind of like to see how that's either resolved or rectified, because it felt a little abrupt when it comes to the overall proliferation of the story itself. The dialogue is I got a new word for you, epigrammatic, and it I think that's one of the things that Moreira brings, especially to um, this Storm volume that he's written. All in all, like I said, it's just a great time in storytelling for Storm, and now we're getting a little, not really Rose Gallery, but we're getting like her a little sidekick gallery that I find uh, very very interesting. I'd like to see uh, what he plans to do with uh, this motley crew of supporting cast. All in all, I have to say I find the consistency in the art and the storytelling for Storm to just be on par with what I'm looking for each month from all uh, comic titles that I read. With that said, Storm number 8, I'm giving it a rating of 4 stars. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video and what you'd like to see me cover next. And always remember, if you find yourself asking, why they do that? It's because it's comics, man.